Thanks to your great work, Norian is now safe.
Whoa, fucking spoilers! Hi, name is Ricky Howdens, folks. I'm your host for Mr. Siphon. For Jenny. This is part 3 of Metroid Prime 3, Corruption 3. And we saved Norian in the last episode. It's not really a spoiler, but it probably is.
At the end of the battle, we found you and the other hunters all unconscious. Our medical examinations then yielded surprising results. Your bodies are now, somehow, self-generating phazon.
Whoa, that can't be fucking good at all.
What's even stranger is that there are no negative effects to your health. This led us to investigate if we could make effective use of this phazon.
Capitalize on my body, shall you,
During the invasion on Norian, you must have noticed some powerful troopers in new suits. They were wearing what we call phazon enhancement devices, or PEDs.
Well, it didn't save the 2 of the 3 of them. They still died anyway.
We integrated this same phazon enhancement device into your armor while repairing your damaged bodysuit.
Good for you. Without my permission? Do you realize how copyright works?
Troopers wearing this device have phazon pumped to their weapons from an external backpack. This gives them an extra boost in firepower. But in your case, think about it. With this phazon coursing through your body, you can fuel the PED using your own internal energy. Pretty effective, don't you think? Why don't you try the PED now? Seal the room.
I don't really want to. Sounds dangerous.
PED program.
In truthfulness, though, this comes in very handy. This becomes very important later. This is essentially, literally, hyper mode.
Training complete.
You must have noticed during this test that hyper mode possesses devastating power. Over the past month, we've learned the hard way just how powerful our enemies are. To deal with them, you'll need the firepower of the PED suit. Make good use of it. Now that you are familiar with the workings of the PED device, the Aurora Unit 242 would like to meet with you. There are many pressing matters to discuss. The AU chamber is located just off the command bridge. You'd better get going. Good luck. Oh, and one more thing.
Shut up. So essentially, hyper mode is where you shoot phazon at things. It's wonderful. It's great. It's really helpful for damaging enemies, but it's also really helpful for basically making you invulnerable for while you're using it, because it doesn't actually take up any of your energy to use. And in doing so, it makes it so that most weapon fire, actually all weapon fire, I think, even if it's phazon related, doesn't really affect you. So if you're in a bit of a tight spot, just use hyper mode in order to get out of it. There is a catch, but the catch won't come into effect until a little bit later. We knew the phazon enhancement suit was a bad idea. Not a whole tremendous amount later, but just later enough that it's worth noting. But, yeah. So the command chamber is literally through here.
Samus, you made it. Glad to hear you're feeling better. You've been cleared to enter the AU chamber. Please proceed through these doors and up the lift. The Aurora unit is expecting you.
I just find it so weird and funny how Samus can just like get up and walk around and be totally combat ready after being a month in a coma, basically. Like, that's just weird.
Clearance confirmed, G5. Opening chamber vault.
But hey, you know, the convenience of plots.
Welcome, Samus Aran. Let us begin. Time is most critical. During the attempted pirate invasion of Norian, it was confirmed that 2 nearby planets were similarly attacked. These planets were named Brio and Elysia. These leviathans have impacted and embedded themselves deep into each planet, spreading a virulent phazon carried inside their bodies. The Leviathans must be destroyed. 2 weeks ago, we dispatched Runtus to Brio, Gore to Elysia, while Gandreda was sent to locate the space pirate stronghold. Like you, they were outfitted with PED devices in order to confront this new threat. We lost contact with all of them 7 days ago, and fear the worst. In their absence, we need you to travel to these planets and finish their missions. The closest planet is Brio. This will be your first objective. Please be on the lookout for any clues that might help us understand what happened to Runtus and the other hunters. Good luck.
Thanks, Aurora Unit 215-net. You don't have to actually go back to your gunship because it does it for you. Okay. This is going to be fun. So, as I mentioned in the last episode, this is where I'm going to basically be deliberately missing a lot of items on the way through, and it's going to probably confuse you.
Samus, the fleet is now moving to the rendezvous location. You will no longer be able to dock with us from this point forward. Rest assured, we will keep communication lines open and supply you with information when necessary. Good luck on Brio.
Thank you. So, one of the things about the ship is that you can actually go to different planets, because obviously we're going to need to do that, and that's a very core component of the game. So Brio's this little tiny thing over here. New places to land will have a green icon on them like that, and yeah, it's basically that's how it goes, man. Yeah, whoa. So as we kind of get on into the future here, I may end up skipping a lot of these, just because, like, I don't know, depends. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. But this is, the cutscenes make up a large portion of the game, in a way, to the point where it's like, there's like 2 hours of cutscenes near enough. And I don't even think it like deliberately counts these in particular, either. It's just a lot of cutscenes. So, a lot of the ones I feel that are unnecessary, I will skip, as I explained in Prime 2. And I won't explain it again. Whoa, giant war golems and stuff. It's awesome. Scan those things, by the way, when you get a chance, because I will also say one thing about scanning things in this game. This game makes scanning things a pain in the ass.
Samus, the Leviathan seed is protected by an energy shield. You will not be able to reach it with that barrier active. We need more data to determine how the shield can be disabled. You are near the wreckage of a downed Federation vessel. If you can use the satellite uplink on the ship, you may be able to access information concerning the seed. Prepare to receive the ship's coordinates now.
Thank you. The reason I did that is because she was just going to repeat it again once I get to this cutscene, which is kind of annoying after a while. Like, it just, like, you get to a cutscene, it totally interrupts them, and then they start all over again. It's like, ugh. So for the sake of immersion in this Let's Play, I'm going to let them talk. So, as you can see, there are 2 main locks on that big-ass door up there, and we're going to deal with that first by unlocking this one here first. And this will crumble. It won't totally fall off until you do one particular thing. So I'm going to do this here. That's the first lock. I can skip this because it's not important. Alright, now when you come up here a second time, pull this down, and it will knock off the bridge. But what this will let you do is get up to the topmost area, because it also activates these, and makes it so that you can get to the second lock and unlock it. but you can also skip that. What that'll do is it'll like rearrange the room and make it so that you now have to go up this way to get around because that fell on there. But it's not all so bad. So we're gonna go left in here first, but I'm gonna bring this up because there's an energy tank over to the right that you can get, but I'm not going to get it yet. I'm actually going to wait until way later because we don't have to come back here for quite a while, and there's an expansion there that I'm getting, so I might as well just get them, like, you know, on my way back. Same with one in here. There's one in particular. My Wiimote battery is not dying now. You get out. Don't miss these things like I am. But there's a missile expansion up at the top there, which you can get, and I'll show you how to get that on the way out, just so that you can get it now if you choose. But as I say, I am not getting it right now because I have to come back here anyway, because there's a missile expansion up there. But I can't get that yet. So we'll finally get a chance to actually kind of show you how devastating hyper mode is, because there are only 2 of these guys, and they'll go down like nothing. Bam, done. And that'll retract. It takes way too long to do it, so I'm going to skip. For some reason, you can hear a droning sound of an item here somewhere, but it's not there. It's way at the top of the room. Also, shoot that and complete the sound puzzle thing in the order it shows in order to get a logbook scan, which is a lore entry. I've got a buddy of mine working on a logbook video specifically with all the entries. In the first 2 projects I mentioned that I was making them, but I actually asked another friend of mine by the name of Jizawa Toad if he wouldn't mind helping me out and doing those, because it's enough work trying to get it so that, you know, everything here is concise, let alone having to do logbook stuff at the same time. That part is a huge chore, and he is awesome for being willing to help me out with it, and I can't speak English. So the missile expansion, what hit me? This is a grapple upgrade, which actually lets us swing across things now, because the lasso only lets you pull things off walls and stuff, but the swing actually lets you use these, and obviously with every new piece of equipment that lets you use new things, you should scan them, so scan the grapple point. But yeah, he's awesome for wanting to help me with that. But yeah, the missile expansion I picked up just there was because it's right in the way, you cannot miss it, and it's kind of better that you get it now, because then you don't have to worry about. That's one of those things that I'm not going to get on the way through here. What the fuck? That didn't happen. That did not happen, okay? We don't talk about things like that, okay? That did not happen. So anyway, I'll show you how you can get that missile expansion. Shoot this, shoot that, jump up there and jump across, and you can get up there and get it if you want. But obviously, I am not doing that, okay? Again, there will be a handful of items that I will definitely be getting on our first playthrough, and not during the treasure hunt section, which will inevitably happen towards the end of the game. We're talking like way, way, way later. But anyway, the grapple swing is an important item to get because you can't actually get over here without it. And we need to come this way. So you also can't do anything else in here right now because the mechanisms aren't active. But even if they were, I'm not doing them right now. You recognize that? You should, if you've played the other 2 games. Alright, so this part's a little bit of a pain. You have to get these couplings linked together in the same place. Like, you do the left side and then the right side. I think I don't remember if they're on a timer or not, but I actually had it mess up at one point, which just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Whatever. So the whole reason for doing this, and is actually sort of exclusive to Prime 3. I don't know why it doesn't work sometimes. But it's exclusive to Prime 3 is where you actually have to use map stations. This is technically a map station, because it downloads the map to the area. But the reason why it's important is because it opens up locations for you to fly to. And that is actually really important. Doesn't seem like it, but it is. You can't progress if you don't have the data to fly places. So now we're going to head back. Some missile expansion up there. I'm not getting that yet.
The satellite data has revealed 2 distinct energy signatures. They must be supplying power to the seed shield. If these targets are eliminated, the shield will be removed. We are uploading the location of each energy signature and nearby landing sites.
One thing that's kind of cool, which you can't do yet because we need another weapon, but you can actually get stylish kill point things that will give you friend vouchers. And I'm going to skip this cutscene, but these are alpha hoppers. That's it. Yeah. Cool. Cooly doolies. But yeah, as the woman was going to mention earlier in the episode, there's an auto vent feature with the Phazon suit with the hyper mode stuff. So if you're in hyper mode for too long, it'll basically boot you out just as a safety precaution. But there'll come a point where you're actually going to want to try and extend your Phazon stuff for as long as possible. And there's a system that'll help you do that, which we are likely going to bump into when we get to the next area. So the next area we're heading to is Brio's Fiery Air Dock, which we're likely going to get a little ways into in this part, but probably wrap up in the next episode. And also, I love how you can see that there are planets with chains on them. That reminisces, for me personally, to Sonic CD. But I don't see the practical purpose in trying to chain a planet to another planet. I don't... Or the moons, because they're too small to be planets. You can definitely tell who's been here. That's Runda Shiship. Slide on the slope. That was a horrible fucking Ed impression. I can do better than that, trust me. But I'm not going to right now. Just. So, the main gimmick in this area is to use the gel fuel, because that's what this is. This is gel fuel, as flamethrowers and other wonderful things. There's another one over here. Okay, so once we come in here, you want to head to the left, because you can't go to the right. Oh, wow, I'm an idiot. I always forget this part exists. Now, at the top of this room, at the very, very top, see where that plant is? See that other morph ball tunnel thing? If you go through there, you'll get a missile expansion, but I'm not going there yet because I'm coming back this way later. So, So we'll likely deal with this. Okay, yeah, this is actually a good spot to end things for this episode. Uh-oh. We knew the Phazon enhancement suit was a bad idea. And I love how it only took Samus like a very minimal amount of time to get this problem. as opposed to the others who are like, oh, we're gonna go a month without having problems, and then all of a sudden, problems.
Samus, we just received very abnormal readings from your life support systems. Are you okay?
Oh, just Peachy.
As a precaution, we are downloading the diagnostic data from your suit to further analyze the situation. We will contact you again if we have any more information.
Okay, obviously you can tell why I stopped there and let her speak. But yeah.
Oh, hi, Rundis. How you doing?
Something's peculiar about Rundis. Maybe his girlfriend broke up with him. Okay, so I'm going to end this part, and I'll see you guys back in the next one. See you then, boy!